Today's round is at my local neighborhood course. It's basically I call it kind of an executive course. It's 5,400 yards from the tips, but a fun little course called Thunderbolt Pass in Evansville. And the first hole is 345 yards, par 4, and I've got my new 3-wood PXG 3-wood that I wanted to try out. So I'm going to use it quite a bit today, and that was a pretty good first shot with the PXG 3-wood right down the middle. Left me a little over 100 yards. I think I have my 50-degree wedge. And don't hit that very good. Flared it off to the right, but pin high. So sand wedge, hopefully a good chip. Can get up and down. Hit that a little scruffy, but got it on the green. Let this 15 to 20 foot putt for par. And I thought it was going in and just stopped right on the lip, literally. So disappointing bogey from basically 100 yards in. So hole number 2, 500-yard par 5. Slight dogleg to the left. And I have my driver. I hit that pretty solid. Middle of the fairway, and I think I had about 220 left. Tried my PXG again, and not a very good shot. It was actually in the rough, and it was a pretty thick lie, so it didn't, only went about 100 and so, maybe 120 yards, and that left me a 7-iron that I flared off to the right. Lucky to have a shot in the woods, but I have to keep it under those branches. So I hit like a wedge, about 20 yards. Didn't hit it bad, just couldn't get it to slow down on the green, and it rolled out to the back fringe. Decided to putt. The fringe was pretty low. Left about a 4-footer for bogey. So after a good drive, what should have been a relatively easy hole is turning into a little bit of work, hopefully to make bogey. But not a very good putt. So that is a double bogey 7, 3 over after 2 holes. And par 3, playing about 155 uphill, and I think I have a 7-iron. And hit that pretty good. Just a little bit left, right on the edge of the green, about 30 feet. And I really need to 2-putt this to stop the bleeding a little bit. Make a pretty good little putt, a couple feet short. Need to tap this in for par. And I'm able to convert. So stay at 3 over going into number 4. This was playing 320. Hit my 3-wood. But if you can get over that hill and down the ridge, you get some pretty good rollout, which I did. So I got to pin high. Hit a really good chip to about 6 feet or so. So I need this for birdie. Make a really good stroke at it, and it just drops in. So that helps the scorecard a little bit. Par 3, this was playing about 145. into a little bit of a breeze, and I think I went ahead and hit a easy 7-iron. I usually hit 8 here, but something just felt like 7-iron and hit one of my best shots of the round, maybe my best shot of the round. Hit maybe a foot left of the pin and left me about a 2.5, 3-footer for birdie, which are never, it's almost like I'd rather have a 6-footer than a 2 or 3-footer for some reason. And I'm able to get that to drop. So back-to-back birdies kind of helps with that double bogey. So I'm back to 1 over and got a 340-yard par 4. Gonna hit the 3-wood again. Didn't hit it bad, just a little left. Caught a bit of a draw, and then the slope kind of goes left. So left me about 120 yards with a pitch and wedge. And hit it really good, too good actually, and flew the green. So left me about a 20-yard chip uphill. And left it short. I knew the pin was right next to, it was short-sided, so I didn't have much green to work with. So I tried to make the perfect shot, and I should have just hit it far enough to get on the green, even though it wouldn't have been close to the pin. So now, chipping for par, basically. I really don't want to make another double bogey. So I hit a decent chip, but again, that pin was tucked up next to that side of the green. So I didn't have much green to work with, but really need this putt to drop, which I do, and save a bogey. So this is a short par 5. Plays about 450. I think it was playing maybe 460 today. Pretty good drive. I think that was my driver and not the 3-wood. And I tried to hit that PXG out of a thick rough and didn't hit it very well, but kept it straight. Left me about 75 yards. Kind of left that out to the right, didn't hit it very good, but nonetheless have a birdie putt somehow. Good speed, but just started it too far to the right and never came back to the left. So little tap in 1-footer, hopefully for the par, and it drops. This is about a 190-yard par 3 over water, treble left, and this was into the wind. So I hit a 5-wood, and just basically the safe play is out to the right. And which I did, and left it about pin high. So hopefully I can chip onto the green, at least give myself a chance at par. Hit an okay chip, but out of that rough, it just ran out. So about 15 feet for par. Thought I made a pretty good stroke and just went by on the left side. Now I have a little 2-footer and convert that for bogey. So number 9 is a par 4 playing about 350. And I hit my 3-wood pretty solid, left side, just into the rough. Left me about 100 yards, I think it was 108. Hit that wedge okay. Kind of left it a little bit short. And then decided to bump and run a wedge instead of hitting my 56 degree, and hit it pretty good. And I need this for par. And a good putt. So after starting 3 over, after 2 holes, I end up 3 over, 38. So decent recovery on the last 7 holes of the front. Number 10 is a par 5, short par 5, 420, but sharp dogleg right, lots of trees on the right. Hit a good drive, kept it on the right-hand side, right along that tree line, and then basically those trees blocked the green, so I hit a 4-iron a little bit to the left, and then had a tough chip over that sand trap and not much green to work with, but gave me a birdie putt about 10 feet. I think that putt had a little more break than what I saw, and it went hard left right at the last 2 feet. Stay at 3 over with a par. This is a par 4, sharp dogleg right, short, 275, but you can't go at the green because of all the trees to the right. But I hit a good 5-wood, left me about a 75-yard pitch shot again, and again, not very good from 75 yards. So that's 2 wedges from 75 yards that I didn't hit very well. But hit a pretty good chip, leave me about 10 or 12 feet for par. I think a pretty good stroke, and it drops. So that definitely helps the scorecard. So on to a par 3, about 100 and, I think it was playing 120, and I hit a pretty good wedge, just a little bit short. Pitching wedge, and then had this 20-footer or so for par or for birdie. And I thought this was right in the middle of the hole until it stopped. Literally, less than an inch, right on the lip. So sort of a disappointing par, but I will take it. This is a 305-yard par 4 uphill. No sense laying up. It's an open tee shot. So I hit driver, and it goes to the right. So right rough, about 105 yards. I hit my 50-degree uphill into the wind. Hit it really good, right over the pin though. Hit it too good, but 20 feet or so for birdie. And didn't hit a very good putt. Just didn't see that break to the right. So about a 2-footer. Clean that up for par, and I do. Next hole is also par 4. This one's playing 325 into the wind. So again, might as well hit driver. It's pretty open. Hit that pretty good right down the middle. Kind of slowed my swing down a little bit. Another 75-yard shot. I've messed up the first 2 75-yarders, but this one hit really good right over the pin. Left me about 4 to 5 feet for birdie, and these are the ones you really have to make. And just didn't see that. Did break pretty hard to the left, and I didn't see that. So this par 3 is a temporary green. I think it was playing about 110 yards, and I hit a 50-degree, pretty good, but just too far and went over and to the left. So this temporary green, as you'll see on this putt, I had to hit it really hard. It's going right in the hole, and then just hit the brakes. And that looked like St. Augustine grass. So on to a par 4, which was playing 375, and I again hit my drives off to the right. So I have to go under these trees about 125 yards and just basically pitch up with a 6-iron. And then again, no green. That pin was right on the front, so no green to work with out of the rough, and thought I hit a decent chip, but it just rolled out to the back of the green. It's left me a really long putt, 50 or 60 feet, which I thought I hit, fairly decent lag putt, but couldn't convert the 3-footer. And couldn't convert the, or I did, I guess, convert the second one. Anyways, so that was a disappointing double bogey 6. So par 3, this was playing about 155 to 160 into the wind. So I hit a pretty good 7-iron. Caught the right side of the green, and I thought this was going in. Hit the hole, but at slope, just had too much speed on the putt. And hit the hole and went left about 2.5, 3 feet. But I can convert for the par, which is okay. I'll take par after a double. And this is a par 5. It is playing 440. Hit a pretty good drive. Didn't catch it real clean, but it was down the middle. Left me about a 200-yard 4-iron with the wind, and I hit that pretty good. Just to the right of the green, pin high. And hit a pretty good chip to about 3.5, 4 feet. And I need this birdie to help with my double bogey earlier. So not a bad round, 38-37 for a 75. See you on the next one.